An official welcome to our Sky Thoroughbred Central audience. Joining us in some occasion for the first time for race number 6, the Youth Precinct Handicap. It's been the Peter Fernie show thus far, Chris Shane, and he's hoping for another winner. Trains the favourite here as well.
He does indeed. Good afternoon to you, Lockie, and also our Sky Thoroughbred Central audience there at home. He's looking for 4 Kambana Lodge, Peter Fernie, and he's got a couple engaged here right in the market with Making Profits and Send 'em.
Certainly does. The first horse we'll preview is Laughing Buddha for Dan and Ben Pearce and Tash Faithful.
Yeah, broke maiden status last outing over this trip, Lockie Laughing Buddha. And look, he's a plugger. 7 starts, 1 win, 1 second and 2 thirds. This is a lot tougher, but he presents well, drawn wide, and you'd expect him to be midfield in the run, number 1.
The 2 Making Profits, as you said, is our favourite for Peter Fernie and Clint Johnson-Porter.
Yeah, just going out on the track now, doing its preliminary. He stands nice and tall, this Star Spangled Banner 3-year-old. And in the pink colours there. He led them up here last Sunday and only went down less than a length to the talented Californication. Drawn wide today, Making Profits, and you'd think Clint Johnson-Porter will push the button early, head up towards the front, and look, he's an out-and-out stayer, Making Profits, so he'll get beyond a mile, and he's one of the main chances, number 2.
The 3 is Send 'em for Peter Fernie and Jordan Turner.
Yeah, presents well, sat back last week, Send 'em, and steamed home late to finish 4th. Only beaten less than a length, and had been sitting on speed previously, Send 'em. But obviously the step up to the mile today, a plan was in the back of the trainer's mind last week to sit back. And look, rates highly with that tactical training move with Send 'em.
The 4 is Free Solo, another horse backing up off the 7 days from last Sunday's meeting here for Neil Della and Lakdara Molly.
Yeah, there's a lot of them, Lock, backing up, and it pays to just have a look at them in the yard. Make sure that they're still equipped and active and alert. Look, he's getting hard to follow, Free Solo the Grey. He's got ability, but he's always finishing his races off well and just finds it hard to win, Free Solo. His last 600 sectionals are very good. It'd be nice if he could race a little bit handier to the speed. He does get that opportunity with Gate 3. Take on Trust.
The 5 is Changman for Trevor Tasker and Rosie Marnie.
Improved performance here last Sunday, Lockie. That was only beaten 2.5 behind Californication. The runs previous to that were only fair, so just needs to repeat the dose.
The 6 is Dancing Jack. Pamela Oram trains. Lisa Staples takes the ride.
Yeah, risky as he gets back in the run, Dancing Jack, but his efforts here at this track at the last 3 starts have been solid. This is his distance range, and he's very capable of winning, but just needs luck. He has won over the 1500 and the 1650.
The 7 is Dawn Enigma. Brian Curtis and Michael Poy combine.
Yeah, sharp improvement last start off the back of a backup of 7 days, and also with the blinkers being applied. Look, he would need to do that again, Dawn Enigma, and he's drawn wide. He did sit handy to them last start, so he's got his work cut out from gate 12. He may have to go back in the run, so may not be today, but an each-way play.
The 8 Grease Lightning is 9 out to $12 for Dan and Ben Pearce and Austin Gallardi.
Yeah, looked well, shiny coat. Look, been just off them up here this season. Hasn't managed to pinch one, Grease Lightning, but has won over this trip previously, and from the gate should be handy. It can possess gate speed. 9
Vancouver Lad, Helen Harding and Brandon Louis combine.
Yeah, strapping Vancouver looking type, this one. Look, getting back into some of the form we saw last year. He's been okay at his last 2 performances here. He was running on late last Sunday and steps up to the mile, which suits in the preparation. So, look, one for the novelties, number 9, Vancouver Lad.
The 10 is Deliberation for Nev Newton and Cassie Martin.
Yeah, low weight, low draw, but just hasn't shown enough this preparation, Deliberation.
The 11, Rockport Miss for Peter Fernie and Braden Garth.
Yeah, form's been ordinary. They've stepped her out in trip to try something new. Tongue tie off, but looks tested.
And 12, Tempest Miss for Paul Tapper and Christy Bennett.
Yeah, has improved at each run back in this demerit mare. 5-year-old, only 17 starts, 1 win, but others with more appeal.
Looking at this market for Shane, making profits is all the rage in this market. 460 into 420. Dancing Jack, however, has been really well backed for Pamela Oram and Lisa Staples. 7 into $5. Laughing Buddha, 750 into 650. Send him as a result of the support for the aforementioned 3. He's been the drifter in this market. 440 out to 650, and Free Solo is nice and steady around that $8-9 quote. How did you order the 4?
2 making profits for mine, Lockie, heading into race number 6 out of Kalgoorlie. 2 making profits from 3 Sendham, 6 Dancing Jack and 9 Vancouver Lad. Peter Fernie, trainer, Kambana Lodge, looking for 4 winners on this afternoon's card as a trainer. I thought making profits from an outside gate. Clint Johnson Porter aboard and favourite. There's a reason why. He led them up here last Sunday, only went down to that really nice progressive horse in Californication. And I didn't think there was that much speed from the mile shoot or from the mile start. And making profits, if it ambles to the front here, it'll just keep grinding away. It's an out-and-out stayer. And I don't think it's a very strong field indeed. Number 2 making profits from 3 Sendham. This one came through late, finished 4th in the same race last Sunday. Previously had been sitting on speed, and I think the mile suits, but will get back. 6 Dancing Jack, another one a risky conveyance because of his racing pattern. He'll get back in the run, but be running home late, which they always need luck. And 9 Vancouver Lad I've thrown in for 4th, that value. His last couple here on this track warrants respect because of the improvement. And if he's anywhere back to where he was last year, he's definitely one to play at bigger odds. 2, 3, 6 and 9 for mine.
If you're joining us for the first time here on STC, Aiden's Choice took out the first in race number 2. Heavenly Miss, racked and stack, led all the way. Jag the Joker settled outside the leader for Ash Maley and Austin Gallardi. In race 5, the previous of the day, Hole in One settled midfield, then came down the middle of the track, and then Talk It Up settled outside the leader, taking out the feature of the day in race 4. So the track's played fairly, but Crashane, he's hoping that Making Profits, our favourite, Peter Fernie and Clint Johnson Porter can combine for their 3rd winner on today's program. Potentially leads all the way. He's a $4.20 chance as we hand you upstairs to our caller, Royce Newton, to call home the Youth Precinct Handicap.
Thanks, Lockie. Thanks, Crashane. Runners coming forward well here. Grease Lightning in the red and white set of the Pierce colours comes forward. Laughing Buddha in the standard red and blue. Deliberation being led up towards its stall. Still out of line. We've got Dawn Enigma making profits. Also Vancouver Lad, Dancing Jack. So a handful to move forward. Thanks, Stu. Tab Radio now on board. 440 about making profits at your favourite with Tab Touch. Similar price on Tote. In terms of fixed odds betting, $5.50 Dancing Jack, $6.50 Laughing Buddha, $7 Send 'em. The rest, apart from Free Solo, who's at $9, are in double figure odds. Okay, Dawn Enigma comes forward to its wide draw. Here comes Dancing Jack, and that will leave 2 to come forward. Vancouver Lad with Making Profits. Numbers to be alive in today's quaddie are 5 and 3. That, of course, is Talk It Up in the Mayoral Cup and Hole in One in the previous. So Vancouver Lad and Making Profits to come forward for race number 6 from Kalgoorlie. Attendants just working on Making Profits. Who's coming forward now? And Vancouver Lad to be the last. Vancouver Lad from the Helen Harding stable. Brandon Louis in the saddle. $4 Making Profits. Wide open race this one. Race number 6 for the field of 12. And Vancouver Lad goes forward. Stand by, we're set. 1,600 ahead of them. The gates fly back. They're off racing. Rockport Miss off the inside, bounced out well. Likewise with Grease Lightning, Deliberation working forward, and Free Solo holding its position fourth. They were being followed by Dancing Jack, making profits around the outside. Then Send 'em, Vancouver Lad, sandwiched between runners. Then Changman down on the fence. They were followed next of all. Well back to Laughing Buddha together with Tempest Miss, and Dawn Enigma from that wide draw settles down at the tail. It's Deliberation who went through and took up the running. Deliberation shows the way from Making Profits, one off the fence. They were followed by Rockport Miss, and then came Grease Lightning, Dancing Jack on the improve out wide. Then came Changman, who strides together with Free Solo, and also Send 'em, who's wide but with cover. Then came Vancouver Lad, well back together with Laughing Buddha, Tempest Miss, and last of all it's Dawn Enigma. 800 metres to run. So at the halfway mark it's Deliberation who shows the way ahead. Running second, Making Profits, followed by Dancing Jack who's doing work. Rockport Miss is fourth down on the inside, getting a nice running company with also in that pack on the outside Send 'em, and then came Changman, Free Solo also there with Grease Lightning. They were followed by Tempest Miss. Then came next of all Changman with well back Laughing Buddha, Vancouver Lad, and last of all it's Dawn Enigma on the point of the turn. Deliberation shows the way narrowly. Here's Dancing Jack who's been wide throughout. Then came between runners Making Profits. Rockport Miss needs an opening further back to Grease Lightning together with Send 'em and Vancouver Lad down the outside. In front Dancing Jack, Deliberation, Vancouver Lad down the outside with Dawn Enigma. It's Dawn Enigma in the middle who came through strongest, and Dawn Enigma wins. Photo second, Free Solo, Grease Lightning, or also Laughing Buddha who got going late. They were followed in next of all by Vancouver Lad, Deliberation next in, followed by Making Profits, Send 'em well back together with also Tempest Miss, Rockport Miss, and one of the last was Changman. Dawn Enigma from last to first, and Mickey Poy just letting this Brian Curtis trained galloper let go in the straight, came through between runners, did put the riding on the wall last start and was sent out at nice odds. And Searching Run, having a look at that head on. This has been a beautiful ride by Michael Poy for trainer Gogsy Curtis. He only has the one runner in his stable, Dawn Enigma, and it gets the job done today from the outside draw. Dawn Enigma, your winner. Brian Curtis and Michael Poy combining with this My Atacanter gelding from Delicate Snip, owned by Brian Curtis, Ronnie Compton and Gary O'Brien. Numbers being semaphored here for the placings. We did, it's pretty tight in terms of the minor placings, and nothing coming through just yet from the judge. So Deliberation, Free Solo looks to get second in the replay for Neil Dalla and Lactar Ramoli by Bradbury's Luck from Creatrix, owned by G. Wilson, M. Yo, A. Buhagia, also Yarradale Stud Syndicate, A. Barrett and S.J. Miller. Third is the 8, that is Grease Lightning for Dan Pearce and Austin Gallardi, owned by the Pearce Racing Syndicate, managed also Mrs. D. Pearce, P. Green, the Punt Republic Syndicate by Vert de Grease from Champagne Bubbles, and fourth in is the 9, that is Vancouver Lad, who loomed down the outside for Helen Harding, and Brandon Louis gets fourth. So, numbers there are 7, 4, 8 and 9, 7, 4, 8 and 9, but a brilliant win here to Dawn Enigma, who brings up win number 3 at start 22. One race to come. The tee off at the Golf Course Handicap over the 16:20. Start time is 4:15. A field of 12 to run. No changes to the field engaged in race number 7.
Thanks, Royce. Brian Curtis, winning trainer, joins us now. Only your third start with Dawn Enigma, and he gets the job done.
Good horse. That's all you can say. Not good trainer, good horse.
You were speaking off air behind the scenes. You haven't had to do a lot with the horse. You've just kept him ticking over, and it seems like that's been the recipe for success.
And he's happy. He's a happy horse. Kids ride him up when he comes off the track on track morning. They've got 2 little kids. They hop on and ride him over.
How did you view the race this afternoon? Were you always confident that he was going to be in the finish?
I've had a bet, so I was confident he's running a good race for sure.
It was a little bit tight late. What were you thinking then?
Only tight if you make it that tight.
Yeah, absolutely. Well done on the win. There's Brian Curtis after the win of Dawn Enigma. Michael Poy continues to make every post a winner here in Western Australia. Takes out race number 6 with Dawn Enigma, a wonderful ride in tight traffic. And Shane Warren is just about to catch up with winning rider Michael Poy right now.
Yeah, thanks, Locke. Catching up with Michael Poy, and you had backsides. You were last on the corner. What were you thinking? You were going to have to try and weave some magic?
I wasn't too worried. I just had to get one run. I knew if I got it, I was going to go close. Brian gave me some good confidence. Before I went out, the only instructions were he's better than him and he's probably better than by him by 5. So he was right. He quickened up well, did everything right, and could be a good Kalgoorlie horse.
So confidence.
He said it would win by 5. I didn't get that job done, but he was close enough.
He's like that, Brian Gogsy Curtis. Dawn Enigma, do you think he'll get over a bit more ground?
At this stage, he's a little bit keen, even over the mile, but if we drew a barrier today, Brian's probably right. He does win by 5. If we had drawn a barrier, settled closer, got out at the 400 instead of the 150, and he makes him look second grade probably here.
Well done. Congratulations, Michael Poy aboard the winner, Dawn Enigma, and one for the battlers, a Boulder boy in Gogsy Curtis, trained locally.
Certainly was. Brian Curtis telling Michael Poy that the horse will win by 5. So whilst Michael Poy, we keep wrapping him up, he's doing well. Didn't quite do his job, but he was still good enough to take out race number 6. Our Sky Thoroughbred Central audience will be now off to a break.